All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Super Metroid Randomizer League. We've got a really exciting match today lined up between Hylian SpaceJump frogs, um, as represented by AceZer versus catJAMMERS, represented by Saffron. All right, and I should be dropping the gates in just a moment here. So the match will be starting soon. The settings for this race are um, about as buck wild as you can get, I suppose. So full we have full item rando with a random start location. We have boss randomizer on, and we have area randomizer on. So everything's kind of randomized to the max. That'll be super exciting to see, and hopefully we'll keep track of it the best as we can. I've got my nifty map tracker here. However, our players are going to have to leave behind some checks, most likely just because of the nature of randomizer with these settings. Yeah. Now, anyone who is here from the last race, hopefully this seed will be a little bit kinder. Um, this is mostly the same settings, except we do have that boss randomization. However, that previous seed was a serious outlier. And our runners are off. We've got a bubble mountain start here, which means we'll be finding Varia pretty quickly here. And there it is. So, unfortunately, that first stage of the Kaizo suit for Saffron didn't last very long. Uh, the all white one is cool too, though. All right, and we see both players, instead of going for the very difficult high jumpless right side bubble mountain wall jumps, they just go back into the save room and run there for a pretty simple but not free wall jump over there. We see AceZer having a little bit of trouble with King Cac. That guy has his name for the reason, for a reason. He likes to keep you off his mountain. All right, and this time AceZer makes it. Nicely done. And we have a missiles as our first sort of quote unquote fully randomized item. With this start location, you have to find Varia and Morph Ball basically right away. Now, for the series overall, the catJAMMERS are up 2-0, and they are the favored seed going into this. However, these are both very strong runners, and I think, especially with these settings, we could really see this go either way, depending on what happens. It can often be very difficult to tell who is in the lead in these kinds of races with area rando in play. All right, so we have some super missiles there at wave. Um, and with that, we should be able to complete all of the Bubble Mountain checks. We're not going to have to leave anything behind. We're going to need to find either some... Or no, we don't need to find bombs or power bombs. Uh, Saffron, though, does go into single chamber, try to check that exit, that Rando gate before realizing that he doesn't have those bombs or power bombs yet. So that will unfortunately be left behind for now. All right, and Saffron's trying to get a quite difficult D boost here. You can technically, without high jump, you can get a left side wall jump. Uh, it is, however, frame and pixel perfect, so it's much better to just go for this D boost. Unfortunately, Saffron continues to be just a bit too low. I've seen a method performed by a couple runners where if you're just standing on that platform in the right spot, you can perform a D boost. Although I think that might have been discovered fairly recently. That's good. Very nicely done. And so our runners are going to be going through this North Fair Reserve area roughly the same time. Ace Zero having a bit more luck getting through here. And plenty of supers so far, but not anything to indicate where our runners want to go next. And there's more supers. So at this point, our runners are going to have to do a reverse cathedral. There's one item that they can check along the way, so it's not too bad not being able to take Speedway, as that can be a really annoying location to leave behind, even if it takes a long time. I've found gravity there before. It always just feels awful. Just missiles today, though. Now, once we do find power bombs, Norfair will open up quite a bit more. We'll be able to see Norfair as quite a bit more of a hub. We're leaving three area rando gates behind here between Single Chamber, Chronic Boost Room, and Croc Speedway. So our runners will have to be coming back to Norfair at some point. And I'm curious, if we find something like power bombs here within the next few checks, will either runner want to go back and maybe explore Norfair a bit more? It'll probably depend on what's at these two gates above Business Center. More supers. We're almost at Ridley ammo here. And while I don't suspect either runner would like to go for a zero tank Ridley fight, it is potentially an option for them uh, as soon as they come upon any boss door, seeing as how this is a boss rando. Alright, Croc, what you got for us today? High jump boots. Our runners are gonna be coming back for those. High jump boots are, I like to call them the best non-essential item in the game. Uh, what counts as a required item is a little bit complicated in Super Metroid, and high jump boots can be progression through worst room in the game, and can allow us to access certain items here. However, The high jump boot functionality in terms of progression can also be filled by, for example, space jump or spring ball in most cases. All right, our first portal. Interesting. So that leads to criteria. Other side of warehouse comes out a red tower. So Saffron has quite a few doors that he can potentially check at this point. And we've already found a wrecked ship. Very nice. Saffron thinking about whether he wants to go through wrecked ship or make any of these checks here, as Ace Zero finds screw attack at ice. It's a very nice item that will help progress a lot. Saffron finds his 30th super not 10 minutes into this race. Now, screw attack can potentially allow Ace Zero here um, to eliminate some of the need for power bombs. Hopefully, Ace Zero, yeah. So, in order for Ace Zero to keep that screw attack, he needs to do a pretty difficult iceless mock ball setup out of that room. He decides to not go for it and just reset. Meanwhile, Saffron is making his way through Red Tower. Unfortunately, he can't check what's behind the tube. Not only does he not have power bombs, but up until the point where you have high jump boots or gravity, you can only check what's in the tube once, and that's only if you know how to get in there. Otherwise, you'll just fall short. All right. Meanwhile, Ace Zero has decided he wants to explore criteria a little more. I like this. You've got one gate literally right here, and that's Red Tower Elevator. So, so we've got ways to Red Tower. It looks like still no power bombs though. So we can't even peek the back of Gauntlet. Yes, the answer to that question is I don't tell the difference. Because that is green for an elevator. Maybe. I thought that was yeah. Chad is right. You can tell the difference between them. I just didn't do it correctly. So having access to Green Bryn is quite nice. We're leaving an item behind here. Technically, at this point, we could get that item if we're willing to do that really difficult mock ball to keep that screw attack. But that would just be really annoying. Yep, and both runners just have to go back up here. This is where a power bomb hunt can get really frustrating. And Area Rando is sort of king of being able to keep those minor item hunts going for as long as possible. To answer a question in the chat, Saffron is using the Super Metroid Kaizo suit. Saffron is a very accomplished ROM hack player, easily one of the best. So he knows about all those different ROM hack suits. Yeah, so AceZer here is going to be checking ocean missiles. Off the top of my head, I don't think there are any other checks in wrecked ship you can make without bombs or power bombs. Now, it'll be interesting to see once we do find that first power bomb pack, there's a lot that's going to be opening up for us. Ooh, and Saffron could be putting himself in a really sticky situation here. He may be thinking this is the last logical location, which I'm I'm trying to think. It might be. Uh, can this logic really require you to have to do the annoying mock ball out of here? Because I don't think you can use screw attack to break that. You can use screw attack to break the one block in the escape tunnel, but I don't know if you can break the bomb block with it. So this is really annoying. Ooh, Saffron had it there. He just needed to jump. Okay, I didn't think you could. Thanks for confirming that. That looked good. No, this is really rough. Oh, Varia tweaks are on, and it's a super. This seed. There, and Saffron gets it. Very nice. So he's going to have a lot more options. I don't know if that's in logic. If it is, it's possible that's what we need to advance forward. So that's going to open up quite a bit of Brinstar for us. Man, the seeds have not been kind today, though. So I would suspect that Saffron wants to go to Brinstar right now. So it seems like Saffron has other plans, though. I guess there's still more gates to check here in Red Tower. Um, and we see a strategic ahead of time opening up that Sloter's refill there for Saffron. I like that. He's got the supers for it. Alright, so where does this gate lead? Now we're back in Criteria. Saffron can check front of Gauntlet here. Nice ship. Yeah. Meanwhile, Ace Zero is going to be checking the top of Red Tower here. I'm not sure how this get changed. I thought so. Okay, so that's still a power bomb door. So Ace Zero has hit the point of no return here, and he is not rewarded for it. He's still got two gates to check, so there's somewhere he can go. But I'm not sure how long it's been since his last save. Alright, Saffron didn't find anything there, unfortunately. Yeah. Now, Ace could still take a save here. One of the nice things that's been fairly recently added to Varia modes such as Area Rando is actually what's known as rolling saves. So it'll stutter which save slot it uses for you. That Meridia certainly won't help Ace Zero here. He really has to hope there's something up this elevator. Yep, and Saffron showing off another fun Varia tweak here. The way BT operates in all of this is oof, lower Norfair. Uh, I would not personally go for the two tank high jump with lava dive, especially when you can't get a route set up like that. But yeah, with the Varia tweaks, Bomb Chorizo actually activates upon picking up the item in that room, as opposed to checking whether you have bombs. We'll see where our runners want to go from here. We are 20 minutes in and have not seen a single power bomb or vanilla bombs. So Ace Zero is going to continue around hoping for something, and there they are. Finally, our first power bombs are here in Criteria at Alpha Missiles. What a seed. Now, hopefully things will be a bit more smooth sailing from here. Although with Area Rando, you can never tell. So with Ace at ship, hopefully he'll be coming across those power bombs shortly as well. And the seat's still coming up empty. Now where does Saffron want to go from here? He's got one portal he can check here. So we will have to see where that leads. Should be pretty simple to go through these side hoppers having that sprue attack. These side hoppers can present a threat, especially if you're in vanilla start area rando, as without any suits they do 80 damage. And here we are at New Bridge. Now with those power bombs, Saffron can full clear Brinstar here, as well as check the random gate up here. At this point, we've gotten a fair bit of the map done out. We already know where Rick's ship is. We haven't found the Kraid entrance thus far, so we still need to find that, still need to find Turian, and still need to find East Meridia entrance. Everywhere else we found at least one entrance to. Alright, and there's that single chamber that our runners weren't able to check before. Now Saffron really wants to find another power bomb pack here. He's running really low on his supply. If he hard commits to checking those supers, then that's all he can do. He won't be able to check Mission Impossible or Wavegate. Alright, and there AceZer finds his first power bombs. I wonder if Saffron is just trying to get another power bomb pack here. I guess with 3 bugs, this is as good a place as any. Alright, meanwhile, we see AceZer making all of the same checks that Saffron did just a moment ago. I'm curious if AceZer will take roughly the same path into Brinstar. Ooh, and Saffron gets bailed out. And this is a little mini lesson here. We see Saffron's frustration. It's often a good idea to make the item check you can before going to farm. And there's the power bomb drop that he doesn't need anymore. Alright, and we see Saffron. You have to do a little bit of a setup if you are not a Moonwalker in order to set up for Wavegate glitch. Or you can just YOLO it. I highly recommend using Saffron's setup though, which he demonstrates beautifully. Unfortunately, AceZer does not have that screw tech, so if he wants to check this gate, he will have to use some combination of P-shots, supers, and missiles. 1 super and 1 P-shot will do it. Instead, he just wants to go up though. So we're seeing some divergence here at this point. Oh right, he only has 1 power bomb too, so he couldn't have escaped. Power bomb management can be really rough in area rando. However, Saffron here keeps finding all the power bombs at this point. They were just all locked away behind that first pack. Yeah. Finally Crystal Flash ammo here with 35 missiles and 70 supers. What a seed, folks. What a seed. At this point, our runners aren't even too worried about finding charge. Like this is beat the game ammo for Saffron. I believe you would have to refill a bit. Especially if you don't find a way to Zeb skip. Then there's a way to Zeb skip. There's that speed booster. Speed booster is a great item. Allows us access to a few checks. Allows us an easy way to get to Botswoon and by extension Dragon, or the boss that is residing within Dragon's lair. Alright, and AceZer is checking 230 here with his newfound power bombs. Yes, the power bombs do definitively put that screw in logic. And here we have more power bombs. It seems every power bomb gated check is just more power bombs. And 80 supers for Saffron. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Saffron walk right past Charge Beam. Ooh, okay, at first I thought Saffron was going for the funny Ron Pompeo check. Which, of course, you guessed it, more supers. Yes, so to answer a question in chat, this seed was full rando for everything. So full area rando, boss rando, full item rando, and we found our first PB pack. Saffron found his first PBs 21 minutes into the seed. I wonder, it seems like, so Saffron's peeking these two items here that AceZer will be able to grab in a second. Missile onto super. And now I imagine Saffron's going over to check what is behind Moat. It's pretty trivial there with that speed booster. Just a simple short charge. On the criteria, power bombs check first. Nice. That's a check that can really elude you if you're going to leave it behind. And at 3 E-tanks, another E-tank is certainly a welcome sight, I think. Especially in area rando, where we could be going through some dangerous areas. Coming from the backside, our runners would be able to just do lower Norfair right now. They can't do it through the front entrance, which is the one that they actually know the location of, unless they know how to high jump with lava dive and get the pixel perfect, frame perfect wall jump in Ritchie. More power bombs hidden behind power bombs. My goodness. And Moat has Meridia. Knowing where East Meridia is really nice, at least. Not much we can really do there right now, though. So, if I'm these runners, I'm kind of trying to get back to Norfair to check those two gates as quickly as possible. That's most of what we have access to that we haven't mapped out. Really, at this point, we're just trying to find Gravity Suit as quickly as possible, though. Once we find Gravity, these runners are going to be pretty close to go mode. Alright, Ace gets that speed booster. And we're sort of seeing both of these runners making the same checks in differing orders, though. At this point, Saffron has a bit of a lead just by virtue of finding those power bombs earlier and having access to more things. However, either runner could really pull ahead at any moment. If one of these runners finds Gravity, that's just huge. And we see Climb Supers. Anyone who was around for the race right before this that ran for 2 hours will have fond memories of this location. Today it's not Gravity, it is Ice Beam though, which is tremendously helpful. So to answer a question in chat, guessing we don't need any beams if we have all of these supers, that is mostly true. However, Ice Beam in particular is really nice for terrain at the end of the game. It allows us to kill Metroids using ice and then supers as opposed to power bombs. So that's going to be the best beam that you could have found at this point in the game. Plasma Beam can be really useful, although Screw Attack and the amount of ammo we have really sort of degrades a lot of its usefulness. Yeah, ice is helpful for Suitless Meridia as well. Alright, I suspect Saffron's going back to Norfair here. Through the Green Hill Zone portal right here. Meanwhile, AceZero is just proceeding through his Brinstar cleanup. I I like the Shine Spark Bale, that was really cool. Okay, seeing a waterway check here as well. If you're here, might as well. In full rando, if you're near enough to an item, you may as well check it. If nothing else, it's really good to have that knowledge. And story of the seed, really. More supers. So we see AceZero had a bit more of a trouble there with the Wavegate glitch because he didn't use a setup that gives you a normalized X position. However, with his 70 supers, he was able to get it pretty quickly. I think that was like 5th try or something. Alright, and Saffron is back to Norfair, back where we started this game. Yeah, so AceZero did pass up on those power bombs, and I can understand wanting your 20th power bomb pack. Especially if Crystal Flash Clip is something that you can see as being in your future. And is a trick that you feel comfortable pulling off. However, 15 is sort of the magic number where it's really unlikely to ever need a power bomb refill with that. As well as being able to Crystal Flash once. Alright, Saffron is showing us another gate here. Where's it gonna lead? So Croc Speedway leads to Meridia. Now, technically, Saffron could check Crab Hole here, especially after he gets these high jump boots. It is quite annoying though. How does Saffron want to do this? It looks like he just gives up. It's a really tight short charge there. Is he going for a spike suit? Okay, no. He's just trying to think about the best way to get over to Chronic Booster Room. Alright, and it looks like AceZero will be joining Saffron here shortly in Norfair. And Saffron makes it to Croc, sort of a French vanilla portal, not too far off from where it normally is. I like this color, it's like a blueberry Croc. I like blue raspberry candy. Now, let's see. Does Saffron... Okay. He wants a spike suit here so that he can get to those high jump boots. Oh, no. Unfortunate. So unfortunately he missed his chance to get some pretty early high jump boots. Meaning he's going to be on the lookout for either grapple or space jump to get to them. And AceZero here should be approaching Croc shortly. Saffron's going for the short the short charge here. Gets it nicely done. More supers. Well, that's one way to get to the grapple location. I've never seen that before. Another E-tank. And Croc goes down for AceZero. Nicely done. I know it's pretty easy to be like, okay, well, it's just Croc. But it actually is quite easy to lose a lot of time on Croc. If it's usually not a concern about actually losing to the fight. Alright, well, at this point in the race, our runners could have had 100 supers if they wanted. Unfortunately, in Varia, the developers of Varia have actually fixed the glitched out display when you get over 100 supers. Now, where do our runners want to go from here? So, our runners still have Forgotten Highway that they have not checked. Aside from that, I think all the portals they're missing the Lower Norfair portal, but they don't have a way to get through Lower Norfair. They're missing Turian, of course, missing Meridia, and the Bryn Star Tube. Or Red Tower Tube. So really, at any point, if we find gravity, that's going to be huge. If either runner finds a way to get to those high jump boots, then that'll be huge as well. I'm trying to think of like some unorthodox places you could try and get a spike suit here to try and get to those high jump boots. So Saffron does want that charge. I'm not sure how much good it'll do him, but having the security of having something to fall back on is probably worth the little bit of added time here. It was a cool strat there, freezing the little flamey guy on the crumble blocks. I don't know all the enemy names. I just call them I call them fire gamers. I don't think you could spike suit there. Oh, are there spikes in Frog Speedway? could be an interesting strategy. It's not something that people would commonly practice. I would suspect there are very few runners that know every single point that you can spike suit in this game. Right, and that was just a quick second. Which portal was that? I missed that on Saffron's screen. It was one of the Meridia ones. Okay, crab shaft. Thanks. Ooh. And Saffron here is going for a pretty difficult trick known as the X-ray D-boost. If you are looking for some tech to learn, I highly recommend learning this D-boost. It can be really useful, especially in Major Minor. I'll always go for it personally, just because I think it's fun. And I've put too many hours in to not go for it. Nicely done. And Saffron is rewarded with bombs. That's not insignificant. Now let's see if AceZer picks up this charge beam here. Ooh, takes a little bit of a tumble. He recovers quite nicely though. Oh. Yeah, see, Crumble Shaft, if it goes wrong, it can go really wrong. He does get that charge beam though, nice. Alright, just continuing down Croc Speedway. This is one of the points where you can get a spike suit. Should be noted. Probably the closest one. Yeah, at this point I suspect Saffron's really just on, and AceZer too, although I think AceZer might have like one or two more doors still to check. Oh, and AceZer wants to check Crab Hole. This could prove really interesting. It could be, I think best case here it's lower Norfair exit. Best case for AceZer. Worst case would be it's like Aqueduct or something. Oh, we knew that already. That's right. Yeah, surprise high five there. Area Rando is interesting. So with this amount of tanks, our runners could high jumpless lava dive here. And they would have quite a few chances at it. It's still really annoying though, and if you don't know the tech, you really shouldn't go for it, because in my opinion, it's almost impossible to teach yourself it using just the visual cues from the game because the visual cues the game gives you are actually pretty mean and wrong often. Uh, and they tell you that you should be jumping earlier when you should actually be jumping later. Uh, to answer question in chat, no tricks are added to playoff logic compared to the regular season. Alright, looks like Saffron's going to be checking the wrecked ship boss here. Best case for him, it's Fantoon and he can check wrecked ship. More power bombs hidden behind power bombs. This seed had a very clear idea in mind of what your first power bomb pack is supposed to be. Alright, and this is our first boss, 15 minutes in. This seed's been a real doozy, and it's Ridley. Saffron's got 74 super missiles in a dream. Let's all it comes down to now is his execution. Alright, seems like Ridley's dead. Nicely done. And just a missile pack there. So we're still looking for that progression item. Still looking for Kraid as well, which could potentially be here in Forgotten Highway. Oh, that was a neat clip. I don't think I've seen someone do that before. Okay, I think Saffron was about to leave, but then remembered Forgotten Highway. There is also one item he can check here. Or did... I don't think they checked it yet, did they? No, they haven't been... AceZero might have checked this, actually. But Saffron is not. Yeah, that's right, it's just more supers. However, we do still have the Forgotten Highway to get through here. And it's not going to be fast without gravity. Or wait, can you do it without high jump boots? You might be able to do it with ice. It's annoying. Those high jump boots were in a deceptively nasty location. Okay, it's not in logic without high jump boots. Good to know. And it would need spring ball. Nothing you can do with the ice beam. Alright, AceZer had a little bit of trouble there with climb supers. He does make it though. That room can be rough if you don't have ice beam, which of course he couldn't have. Now Saffron's taking a big think. And honestly, I'm right there with him. I'm trying to think of what items haven't been checked yet. I think high jump boots location has been checked. Oh, right. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, he can get high jump boots with those bombs. Yeah, Saffron has checked single chamber transition. That just leads over to Green Hill Zone. So high jump boots are at Croc Escape. So the challenge was originally just how to get to them. Saffron tried to get a spike suit at Croc, which could have potentially let him shine spark across there. However, I think he got the bad frame. That was a neat way to do a red tower. So I think the path through here for Saffron might be he has to do the IBJ to get high jump boots to go to Forgotten Highway. And check what that door is. Alternatively, those... No, I don't think you can get to Redfish Room without grapple, can you? Saffron has done X-Ray, yes. That's where he got bombs. AceZer has not. And AceZer is entering his Ridley fight. Best of luck to him on that. Yeah, high jump boots can be used to do lava dive as well. It's seeming like high jump boots is just the path forward. And that's where Saffron is going right now, it seems. Yeah, this is a really awkward logic chain. Really interesting seed. Ooh, and AceZer went a little bit low on health for comfort there. However, he does make it through. Nicely done. Yeah, unfortunately, Ridley tends to be pretty stingy with health drops, so AceZer is still pretty low on health. However, he has plenty of places he can refill it. Alright, looks like Saffron's going for those high jump boots now. I think we need to have a word with Sahabat. Or maybe people just need to stop picking the silly settings. I'm playing, of course. These settings are providing for some great races. Alright, let's see. I guess Saffron wants to end this with a diagonal bomb jump. There we go. Nicely done. And he's rewarded with his high jump boots. That's going to open up quite a bit here. Now, where does he want to go first? And at this point, where does AceZer want to go? He still has not gotten those bombs, which at this point seem to be all but required for the logic chain. We're seeing some suitless Meridia from Saffron. This is an annoying suitless Meridia. Wow, and Saffron's just going through this like a champ. And he even gets fast crab. That's really impressive with only having the pea shooter. It's like AceZer is trying to think about where he wants to go from here. Saffron going, yeah. So Saffron's going for Mama Turtle here. With speed and high jump, he can clear this room. So he wants to jump to the left first. Or IBJ, that works too. Oh, just a missile and a reserve here at Mama Turtle. At this point, it's seeming like maybe Lower Norfair is the answer. What can be at Forgotten Highway? Forgotten Highway could be Fish Room, could be Aqueduct, could be Turian, could be Kraid, could be LN Exit. Not sure if I'm missing anything there. Nothing useful in Main Street now. So presumably Saffron here is trying to get to Lower Norfair. And I think at this point AceZer is just trying to retrace his steps and figure out what he's missed. And I think the answer just has to be at that X-ray. Like, this seed seems to hard require using ice to get through X-ray. which in my opinion is way more obnoxious than the D-boost, and I would only ever want to use it as a backup. However, some people do find it much easier. I think it really all depends on which strats you've practiced. However, just about every unconventional way through the X-ray room is pretty hard in general, honestly. Looks like both of these runners are trying to think about what they've missed or how to get where they need to go. Looks like Saffron's going back into Meridia. He's gonna check watering hole here. Oh, this is going to be an obnoxious check too, come to think of it. Unless he just goes for these underwater wall jumps, yeah. Can you get this one, or do you have to do some single wall underwater wall jumps here? Oh, looks like he's just about got it. Single not needed, okay. Just tight. I mean, this is definitely not in logic. However, I wouldn't be surprised if, even with just pea shooter, the game expects you to be able to use ice to freeze that crab. This is in logic to do this without ice? Oh, okay. With freezing the crabs, it's in logic. Yeah. I thought you were saying that the way that Saf is doing it is in logic, which I would be heavily surprised by. Those were some very nice wall jumps, but that's one way to get through that room. Yeah, with spring ball, that room, with spring ball jumps, if you're good with spring ball jumps, that room is trivial. As trivial as it can be anything in Meridia. It's just the same as any old spring ball jump. Who could have guessed it? More supers. I love this seed. AceZer is in the right place now. He just has to figure out how to get through here. I really like doing the X-ray deboost. However, it's not something you can just pull out of you if you've never tried it before. Yeah, so hopefully Saffron now thinks about the fact that lower Norfair is in logic with those high jump boots. Because as far as I can tell, that's the only path through. And unfortunately, AceZer bailed on that X-ray, which is where he needs to go. Alright, looks like Saffron's going to lower Norfair. That's maybe the worst possible place to freeze that crab. I get the idea that he was going for there. If you freeze a crab on the ground, I forget, do enemies walk through frozen enemies, or will they walk like on top of? Could you have like a little crab stack that you would freeze to jump up? They walk through enemies. I thought that enemies walk through frozen enemies, but for a moment I had hope. I had hope in a more beautiful world. Alright, nice lava dive from Saffron. Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, no. I think AceZero has the right idea here. I think what he's trying to do might be possible. Oh wait, did Safi not save? Interesting. I would for sure want to take this save in full rando, since you have to check GT here. And SpaceJump. That's a funny color for a GT. It's not very golden at all. This is bronze Chorizo. Yeah, GT is. It's not a difficult fight, but it's still a time loss and a super loss. So it's kind of strange to see. Now, interestingly, so no matter what boss is down here in Lower Norfair, Saffron has a strat to get out of it. In boss Rando, you can just use your blue suit from Dragon to escape out of the room, because you don't have to mess with Precious. Oh no, AceZer there seems like he might be well and truly stumped. Hopefully he gives that X-ray another try. Unfortunately, it's the only thing he can do at this point. He's heading away from it though. I mean, I get it. It's a difficult trick, for sure. Like, the X-ray method you can kind of wing, but it's got some intricacies to it and it's annoying. Now we have to see what's down here in Lower Norfair. At this point, unless I've missed something, and unless our runners have missed something, I think Lower Norfair just has to be progression. I think we've seen everything else. Now I kind of wonder what the strat is once Saffron is at the boss door. Because normally for Suitless Dragon you just use grapple to damage yourself down on a turret. Saffron does not have grapple. However, it's only like a 1 in 3 chance that he does come across Dragon here. So does he want to damage down thinking, okay, I can take care of the other two bosses on low health? Does he want to just try and damage himself down on Dragon? He has options. Yeah, I guess the game also can't require you to fight Dre suitless, so I don't believe so anyway with these settings. Turrets deal a million damage. Yeah, they do deal quite a bit. It's generally best to take shots from them. It's not Dre, it's Kraid. Or Fantoon. They're both left side doors. Okay. So it's the one boss that doesn't have anything behind it. Which means after this, our progression could be back in wrecked ship. Can you imagine if there was like a Turian at LN exit? That would suck. So it looks like AceZer, in lieu of doing the X-ray, wants to try for this short charge. This is quite tight, and his he's not getting there, unfortunately. If you know how to spike suit, I would say the best way to go about this is probably doing that Croc Speedway spike suit. Yeah, but if he can just get this, then that will remove the need for X-ray. This is really tight though. Yeah, this short charge is annoying. So I've never actually gone for this one. Does anyone know how tight it has to be? I'm assuming it would have to be like at least a stutter 3 tap. But like, how tight is this compared to like fast pillars or speed zeb skip? Tight with a stutter 3, okay. So worse than pillars or speed zeb skip then? Worse than speed skip, that's rough. I mean, obviously you don't have the door transition to contend with. But still, nice wave. Certainly not what Saffron wants here. and a reserve tank. Why did I say anything? Oh man, it would suck if Turian was at LN exit. Also, Saffron's timer has stopped. It stopped quite a bit ago, actually. Just noticed that. What a seed.
So at least Saffron knows where he needs to go now. He's got to go back to that wrecked ship. Saffron really didn't want to take that hit from a pirate. He's fine, like he can make this as long as he doesn't fall down or anything. There we go. No, so Saffron got bombs, which... Yeah, Saffron got bombs, which are an X-ray, which the sea required you to get to with just ice. Yeah, so AceZer has not forfeited. It's possible he went into like the practice hack to try it in there or something. I think Saffron's live split just crashed or something. Yeah, or an accidental split. It's a dead split.
Yeah. I mean, if I were trying to figure this out, I would probably go into the practice hack and try to do it with Shine Tune. I'm not sure if you're allowed to load up the practice hack in the middle of a race. It's actually never come up for me before. I would assume so.
I did not know that you can look up tutorials in the middle of a match either, honestly. Like, I guess I don't really know policies on that beyond obviously you can't like be talking to somebody else while you're doing a race. It's good to know though. Especially since these past two races on this channel have given us some really interesting scenarios to deal with. So the question was, can you load up the practice hack in the middle of a race, and can you look up like tutorials and whatnot in the middle of a race? Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. And an hour and 22 minutes into the seed, Saffron is in go mode. Wow. What a seed. He's still got two bosses to take down too. The boss at Meridia, and he still has to find Kraid's lair, which at this point is somewhere in Meridia. Either at Aqueduct or Red Fish Room. Or Forgotten Highway. This seed has certainly had a logic chain to it. And Forgotten Highway leads to Aqueduct, which means, to my knowledge, Kraid must be at Sephi Fish Room. I think Saffron's trying to think of what to do now, how to plan out the rest of his route. Alright, looks like AceZer is back and moving again. And now he's trying for high jumpless lava dive. That's not good enough. Yeah, I've seen people do it with a series of smaller jumps on these platforms here. I don't like that at all because you get hit by the fireball a lot, like AceZer is. Ideally, I like just one jump from the platform where Ace is right now. Yeah, he was too far back there. He's got another chance with CF. Hopefully he gets it. I like this green sand here in Meridia from Saffron. It's like moon sand. Gravity was at right side supers. Yeah, based on the way that AceZer is moving here, I would say he's probably gotten it before, but hasn't practiced it specifically a ton, or maybe enough to like get consistent with it necessarily, which it's really rough to do if you haven't. I like the 2-wall jump method for high jumpless lava dive, although I've started doing 3-jump method sometimes. Depends on my mood and how the timing of my initial Keigo feels. Yeah, I think it depends on the person whether we're 2 or 3 wall jumps feels better. Yeah, again, from where he's been standing on that platform, you can just run to the edge of it and hold jump and you'll land on the Namihei every time. Oh no, he wall jumped just a little bit too low there. Unfortunately. And barely makes the crystal flash. Hopefully he's able to get this. I think AceZer kind of got put in a really tricky situation where it was like, alright, I've basically got 3 difficult options here. Do I want to do X-ray with ice? Do I want to do that silly short charge and croc escape? Or do I want to try high jumpless lava dive? Yeah, honestly, I was pretty surprised that Crystal Flash worked. I've seen people die doing it that way. But I guess he was just at the right point in the cycle. Alright, Saffron should, if I understand this map correctly, be coming across Kraid right about now. It's good to see that the red fish there is still red. Redder than ever. And there it is, our last doorway. Red fish room leads to Kraid. Is Saffron trying to damage down here? Not sure why he was just standing there for a second, taking those turret shots. Maybe he was just thinking about if he wanted a spike suit or not. Nice Dragon fight. This looks good. Too low. Wouldn't have been enough health anyway. Alright, now at this point Saffron's just trying to get back to Turian, what is his path to Turian? He has to get back to Red Tower. Yeah, so he's gonna go to the top right exit here, get into Red Tower, go up Red Tower, go into Lower Norfair entrance where Ace is right now. Oh! And AceZer0187 has done it. He's made it through into Lower Norfair. Nicely done. And this, if he follows this chain, hold on. He doesn't have a way through worst room in the game. He's gonna fight GT and then have to reset. Oh no, wait, he has ice. Oh, that's gonna suck. Yes, he also has the chance to do a pixel perfect, frame perfect wall jump if he wants to go for that. But yeah, so he'll have to use charge and ice with just the pea shooter ice beam. That's gonna be annoying. Yeah, he also opted to not go the green gate glitch route and is just checking all of these items first run through. Yeah, nice red tower there from Saffron, wow. Yeah, I agree. Ice and wall jump are both terrible ways to have to do worst room in the game. In my opinion, they're not even comparable though. Like, ice is much slower, but so much easier compared to that silly wall jump. Yeah, Spacer does help a little bit. Um, I I assume that the stream could hear those static pops too. My headset didn't just go out. Okay, good to know. Alright, well sound seems to be back now. I did not like that feeling. Ah, and Safi got his timer back too, that's cool. Yeah, I'm not sure if the video is out of sync now, or if it has been out of sync or what. Yeah, it could be restream stuff. Alright, and Saffron is in Turian, and he gets his complimentary refill as soon as he goes down this elevator. That's pretty lava color. Uh-oh. Alright. No weird audio pops this time. Alright, some nice Metroid rooms from Saffron here. Okay, AceZer can make something happen here. He's trying to go for freezing the pirate while it's jumping. You can work with it on one of the sides. Oh, and AceZer falls. Get back up quickly! Yeah, you can wall jump off it while it's just on the wall because these things have a an inventive hitbox, I'll say. And Saffron makes it through. Nicely done. No baby grab today. And at the same time, roughly, AceZer makes it up Ridgy. And that E-Tank will be nice. Once he gets that gravity, he should have a clear path to completion. He won't ever need those high jump boots. Although he will have to do this exact worst room in the game strat again. Alright, Saffron's got a pretty cozy Mother Brain 2 fight here. He can miss 15 supers. Plus he's got those 20 missiles as well, so that's like an additional 6 supers that he can miss. Alright, and that's that. Saffron's not bothering with stand-up glitch, which with this beam is totally understandable. Not worth the added stress. And it seems like for Saffron, this race is about to wrap up. What a seed! What a logic chain! What a map! Like viewer, if you'll think back all the way to the beginning of this seed, we were originally frustrated because we were 21 minutes in without any power bombs. How little we knew back then. A silly little seed. I like the purple Metroid. It's pretty. Colors randomization messes me up, so I never do it, but I always love when other people do. Alright, nice Mother Brain 3. Meanwhile, AceZer is about to enter his Fantoon fight. Just as Saffron enters the escape. Yeah, there is time to save animals. However, Saffron does not know that. He, for all he knows, AceZer could be in the escape right now. Yeah, so the intended progression of this seed within the logic was entering X-ray with ice for the D-boost, then infinite bomb jumping to high jump boots. using those high jump boots to lava dive into Lower Norfair to go fight Fantoon to go to Wreck Ship. High jumpless lava dive is not in logic. The short charge and croc escape is not in logic. Yeah, okay, yes. X-ray ice beam does not strictly need any deboost. Any deboost you can get in there will make it quite a bit faster. Especially with the high jumpless method. Yeah, and Safi does like to save those animals, and for his trouble, he finishes with an official SRL time of 1:44.46. And in response, unfortunately, AceZero has forfeited. Although with this seed, I more than understand. All right, and we are joined now by the winner of today's race, Saffron. GG.
Thank you. Hello.
So, how are you feeling about that seed?
The seed was horrible, but it was also amazing at the same time. When you want something terrible, this is exactly what you do. You put on all the randomness, all bosses, all area rando, random start, full rando, just everything, and it worked out perfectly. This was the worst seed ever.
All right, and
awesome.
we're joined now by AceZero as well. GG.
GG Saffron. I can't even help being mad anymore. I was clearly getting frustrated with the seed from what y'all could see on the restream, I'm sure. Until I got the high jumpless lava dive for the first time ever.
Oh wow!
Oh
Nice.
wow! GG.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's not an easy trick.
Definitely not. And I guess I'm going to try to finish the seed out because I'd like to say that I finished a seed, where I was able to do that. But is there something that I missed, or is the X-ray with ice the requirement that I
That is
can't
the requirement.
That was the requirement.
That's what I thought. I was like, there's either I missed something somewhere, and I even went back and rechecked some entrances and stuff to make sure like I had a decent map of all the areas, but I can't do that, and I gave it a shot, and I just don't really understand how to do it. So I figured I could
Gotcha.
try some things that I understand, but can't really do, like the short charge to get my high jump boots.
Yeah, that was an incredibly tight short charge. It's definitely not intended. You're meant to use bombs to get there because bombs was at X-ray, so you're meant to IBJ up there, which is what I had to do because I can't get that jump for the life of me, or I can't get that short charge for the life of me. It's just too short.
Yeah,
but that is what you're supposed to do. It's incredible. Took me a really long time to figure out what I was supposed to do, and then it took us to Lower Norfair, and then takes us back out to Fantoon. Yada yada.
Oh, what a seed! Yeah, I saw you were trying to get like a spike suit off Croc, which I assume was to get those high jump boots.
Yeah, I realized. Or wait, which one of us?
You, Saffron.
not me.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I was. my brain blanked for a bit. I thought going down, the Croc the Croc door was gonna be Croc itself, and it wasn't. So that kind of ruined that. I would have tried for a spike suit there and then gotten high jump, but that didn't happen, obviously.
That's funny that you say that because I thought the same thing. Like I still hadn't checked. I hadn't gotten my my screw attack yet. I actually picked it up early when I didn't have power bombs, a way to get out.
Oh, God,
so I was
me
going to
too.
route it in later with like the crumble tower item. So when I did Croc, I was like, oh, I can take my shine spark and go left through that like speed path and then go up crumble tower and get those items. And when I came out, I was like, wait a minute, that's not the door you come out.
Yeah.
It's the one next door.
Yeah.
Also, we should talk about the lack of explosives earlier. That was.
Oh man.
God, how I don't get it. It was like power bombs was the like last possible place it could have been, along with screw attack. I would have gotten that earlier, but I didn't want to try on the mock ball out of there without ice for too long, and just it took forever. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that messed me up too because I forgot about the orange door somehow at on the right side of the hellway at the top of Red Tower. So I was like, oh, I can come back to.
Okay.
I had a couple other checks. I was like, I can come back later. I want to check what these items are, like alpha peeves, and check the 2 transitions. As soon as I went through the door, realized I didn't have them, but
Yeah.
didn't lose much with the reset.
Okay.
Yeah, and as far as I can tell, every single other power bomb in the game was hidden behind power bomb doors or like hidden behind explosives somehow.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a rough seed.
Horrible.
Yeah, it was definitely rough for me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It was rough for both of us.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious how much the difference was before I got like walled by that X-ray item.
Yeah, me too.
It's probably hard to tell because I did some extra checks like when I was starting to dwindle down, like rechecking things just to make sure I was on correct about some of the transitions and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Saffron definitely had a lead by that point. But obviously, sort of your issues with the X-ray setup really exacerbated it.
Yeah, I mean it was like what 20 to 30 minutes of me just trying to get like from when that was the only logical step left to when I got the lava dive. It was probably 30 minutes.
So power bombs took me 20 minutes to get, and you were very close to that. It was like
Okay.
a couple minutes off. Yeah, just like about 3 minutes off. So you grabbed him at 24, I grabbed him at like 21, but still so long.
Yeah. I think there was about 20 to 30 minutes of the race where Saffron's timer was out. I don't know if that was on your end or the restream's end.
Oh, what? The timer stopped working, or?
Yeah, it just froze.
Oh, what?
And then we had a bunch of audio pops, and then everything was fine.
Oh,
So.
that sounds bad. I have
Yeah,
no
that
clue
might have
what
been the
could cause
restream. I don't
that.
know.
Or maybe that had something to do with your OBS issues or whatever that you mentioned in SRL.
Maybe.
Could be somehow correlated.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like your game feed was fine the whole time.
Okay. Was the game feed like crackling or whatever?
Just
for a while or no?
Just for a bit. I would say
okay.
like no more than like 30 seconds.
Okay. Okay, well I'll try and check that out, see what happened. But I have no clue why it disconnected, because I kept internet connection, but that just died. Okay. Alright, well I don't really have much more to say about this. This seed was beautiful.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
GG's again on the win, and good luck going forward.
Thank you.
You guys are the first team to move on, is that right? Officially.
That sounds right to me.
Nice, well done.
Yeah, GG's on taking your 3rd win and advancing onward. Who are you playing? Oh, are you playing the winner of my match? I think, or no, you're playing the 4th seed, aren't you?
Who's playing the 4th seed?
It's you, Saffron. I'm trying to think what your next match is.
We're 3. We won 3, so I don't think we need game 4 and 5.
Yeah, no, but like what your round 2 matchup will be.
Oh, duh. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you will be up against the winner of Team 3 and Slow.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, best of luck with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and with that, GG's to both of you. Congrats, Saffron, on the win.
Thank you.
Nicely done, AceZer with that high jumpless lava dive and with putting up with this seed for this long.
Thanks.
Best of luck in continuing to finish it.
Thank you. Thanks for the commentary and tracking, of course, as well.
Of course. And Okay, slow has already advanced, so you will be playing slow.
All right.
So look forward to
They're
that
a good
matchup once
team.
round 2 starts. Yeah, that's gonna be a matchup to watch.
We will see what happens. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. And with all of that out of the way, be sure to go follow both of these runners. Go follow Saffron. Go follow AceZer0187. If you would be so kind, go follow the broadcast team. We've had 2D Tones on tracking, putting in a ton of work throughout this league on tracking. I've been Glove on comms. And be sure to follow the Speed Gaming network of channels. I believe there are 6 in total, and they've got a ton of Super Metroid content, ton of Link to the Past content. There's always something going on. And with all of that out of the way, from us here at Speed Gaming, we'll see you next mission.